Hello students. Today we are going to start the respiration, that is respiratory systems and the mechanism of respiration. So means initially what is meant by the respiration. Respiration can be defined as the biochemical process of oxidation of organic compounds in an orderly manner for the liberation of chemical energy in the form of ATP. The type of cellular respirations, that is aerobic respirations and the anaerobic respiration. And living organism require energy to carry out life processes. These processes are carried out by the energy made available through the process of respiration. Thus we need respire all the time. Means it means that the respiration converts the energy stored in the body in the form of complex organic compounds, that is potential energy, into usable form. And the respiratory system consists of the three parts. Means important, there are the three factors: inspiration, expiration, and the exchange of gases in the lungs. So the and again it is divisible into upper respiratory system and the lower respiratory system. Upper respiratory system includes the external nares, nasal cavities, internal nares, nasopharynx, nose, throat, and associated structures. And the lower respiratory system includes larynx, trachea, bronchi, bronchioles, and the lungs. Various parts in the human respiratory system consist of the nose, then pharynx, larynx, trachea, bronchi, and the lungs. So first upon the nose. So it has a pair of slit-like opening called the external nares or nostrils for entry of air into the nasal cavity, that is the nose. And this nasal cavity is divisible into right and left nasal chambers by the mesenteroid cartilage. And each nasal chamber is further divided into three regions: vestibule, respiratory part, it is called a conditioner, and the olfactory or sensory chamber. So first upon vestibule, it is the proximal part about the nostril. It has a hair for filtering the air and trapping the dust and suspended particles in the inhale air. And then middle thin highly vascular part for the warming and moistening the inhale air, that is a respiratory part. Then lowermost olfactory or sensory, means it is a uppermost part which is lined by olfactory epithelium for the detection of smell. Then next part, that is about pharynx. So pharynx is divisible into three parts: nasopharynx, oropharynx, laryngopharynx. So nasopharynx means uppermost part from the nasal chamber. Oropharynx, nasopharynx open into the oropharynx, and which is a common passage for food and air. Then laryngopharynx, it is a continuation of the oropharynx, and between the nasopharynx and oropharynx there is a palate bone are present. Pharynx has a set of lymphoid organs that is called as the tonsil, and you know about very well that is what is a tonsil. Then next part of the respiratory system, in specially upper respiratory part, are the larynx. It is the part of the respiratory tract which contains vocal cord for producing the sound. Thus it is called a voice box. Voice is produced by passage of air between the vocal cords and modulations created by teeth, tongue, lips, and nasal cavity. Larynx extend from the laryngopharynx and into the hyoid bone to the trachea. It is a hollow tubular structure. Its wall is made up of cartilage plates held by muscles and the membranes. So larynx is internally lined by the pair of fold of elastic vocal cords called the true vocal cords. Larynx opens into the laryngopharynx through slit-like opening called the glottis. Means laryngopharynx is a part of the pharynx which opens into next part, that is larynx, at the anterior side called the glottis, and it's open at the posterior side into the trachea or windpipe, so guarded by the leaf-like flap, and it is called the epiglottis. It prevents the entry of food into the trachea. So next part of the respiratory system are the trachea. It is also called a windpipe. It is long tube and the 10 to 12 centimeter in length. It runs through the neck in front of the esophagus, and which extends into and up to the middle of thoracic cavity. It is supported by C-shape 16 to 20 rings of cartilage which prevents its collapse. It is internally lined with silated stratified pseudoepithelium and mucous glands. It traps the unwanted particles and preventing their entry into the lungs. Next part is bronchi. This bronchi trachea divides into the right and the left bronchi as it reaches the middle of thoracic cavity. The bronchi are supported by internally C-shaped incomplete rings of the cartilage. The primary bronchi divide to form secondary and tertiary bronchi, and which leads into the terminal bronchioles. Then lungs. Lungs are the main respiratory organs of the human. These are paired spongy elastic organs located in the thoracic cavity. Each lung is enclosed and protected by double pleural membranes, that is outer parietal and inner visceral membrane. Between the two pleura is a pleural cavity. The pleural cavity is filled with lubricating fluid called the pleural fluid. There are the three kinds of fluids are present in our zoology that has the same function, that is a cerebrospinal fluid in the brain, pericardial fluid in the heart, and then again amniotic fluid which are present in the uterus of the pregnant lady. And same way this is a lubricating fluid called the pleural fluid secreted by the membranes of the lungs. The right lungs is larger and divided into three lobes, while the left lungs is smaller and divides into the two lobes. The lungs has terminal bronchioles and which ends in bunch of air sacs, each with 10 to 12 alveoli. Alveoli are thin walled tabulated structures like the bunch of grapes. Each alveolus is surrounded by network of capillaries of pulmonary arteries and veins. These have the highly elastic wall made up of single layer of squamous epithelium resting on the basement membrane of connective tissue, and there are about 700 million alveoli in the lungs, and they are very helpful for the exchange of gases. So in which there is some important term, that is a tonsil. Tonsils are the small lymphatic nodules in the pharyngeal region, and they fight against the inhaled and ingested foreign substances. Normally there are five tonsils strategically positioned to fight against inhaled and the ingested foreign substances. Inflammation of tonsil is called the tonsillitis, and it is caused due to viral or bacterial infection. Symptoms of tonsillitis cause the sore throat, fever, swollen lymph nodes, nasal congestion, difficulty in swallowing, and headache also. Viral tonsillitis cures naturally, but bacterial tonsillitis needs antibiotic treatment. What is meant by the antibiotic? Antibiotic are the, all of you know that what is antibiotic. Antibiotic are the complex organic substance produced by microorganism and that kills or inhibit the growth of other pathogenic microorganism, that is the antibiotics. And this viral tonsillitis needs the antibiotic treatment. So today students, today in today's session we studied here now the respiratory system of the human being, and in next lecture we will study about the mechanism of the respiration, that is inspiration and expiration and the exchange of gases in the lungs. So thank you very much student for this today's session. Once again, thank you very much.